All right, cool, sweet. So we're on. All right. Morning, everybody. Namaste from Bangalore. So back in India, last day here in Bangalore. Leaving tonight on a train up to Hyderabad. I originally wanted to take third class. I'm still going to take third class at some point, but ended up not being able to book the ticket. Booking a train ticket in India from abroad is kind of a pain. There are a couple of websites that you can do it from. I'll link those down in the description, or I'll just post the names of them. But it's very challenging to do things in India as a foreigner. That's one of the main things I want to explain and show to you through these videos, is that no matter what, you're going to be a fish out of water here. It's very, very different, but it can be very rewarding as well. It's very lucrative. So today we're going to head up to a Basilica, St. Mary's Basilica. It's not far from here. We're up on Mahama Gandhi Road. It's kind of the main thoroughfare. They call it the High Street. So I guess the main shopping street of Bangalore. And there are lots of stores. If you want to get any kind of sportswear or electronics or clothes or anything like that, this is probably the place to come. I've only been here for a few days, so I can't really go much into detail. Just on the surface, this is, I would say, a pretty good place to come initially. Kind of come and get your feet wet. It's more of a softer landing than going and staying by the majestic metro station right in the middle of the city where the green and the purple lines cross. Us very much into the thick of it. So is this. I think being in India anywhere, you're going to be in the thick of it. But so far I'm very, very happy I've come. It's been very hard. It's very difficult on your senses, but you have to look at it and remember that these people live like this. This is their life, and you can suck it up and deal with it too. The most rewarding thing about going to another country is you get to see life from a different perspective. Coming here, you really looks like chaos, but it's something that holds everything together. I don't know what it is. It's fascinating. Well, it says, you know, well, it's still one of the first days I've been here in the country. But all the people that go to Delhi, they stay for a week, they go, this place sucks, I hate it. You know, I got diarrhea down to the Taj Mahal and somebody stole my shoes. It's like, yeah, that sucks. But I think you've really got to give it a chance. And you've got to give yourself a chance too, to adapt and try to understand what's actually going on here. Because if you show up and you expect it to be like other places you've been, it's not going to be like that. Like, for example, I'm trying to cross the street. There's nowhere to do it. So, smile and turn around. It really is a very, very challenging environment. It makes you develop patience. It really does. You have to be patient with yourself, patient with other people. Just take everything in bit by bit by bit. But in doing so, you get to see things from a wider perspective instead of just charging ahead. And to me, that's something that so many of us forget to do. It's something that I've forgotten to do. But, yeah. So, try to find a way across the road. Probably go up and go through the metro station, so I'm gonna have to kill this. But I'll be back in a second. Namaste. All right, we're back. So, Washington Metro Station. They don't want you to film inside there. When I've gone through the security checkpoint at every metro station, probably 30% they've gone through my bag, 30% they don't care, 30% they probably kind of smile and talk to me, the other 10% like very, very strict and really trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I'm a tourist, man. I'm here seeing the country, trying to experience India. With more curiosity than anything. Which is cool. But they don't want you filming in the metros, which is totally cool. Get that. A lot of countries you can't do it. Use it for bomb shelters and stuff like that. So I'm gonna walk up to this Basilica. And check that out. I wish I had Wi-Fi. I don't know. This is cool though. Got a little work area. Unless it, we can come out. We have work. Don't see a router, but it would be cool if they actually had something like this. You know, I've never seen anything like this before in the world. You can have a little outdoor workstation for young professionals or kids to do their homework or whatever. But your kids over here play around while you work on spreadsheets or whatever you gotta do. Hey, not a bad idea. Very interesting. Oh. Yeah, and coming here is very rewarding. It's very hard, but for 5 days I feel like I've grown a lot and I've changed a lot. I feel like I've been here in India a lot longer than 5 days. Tree of life. It really is. It's a fascinating country. A lot of people that come here, I think, don't give it a chance. Or they show up and they go, oh, India is nothing more than just a bunch of people running around and it's poor and it's just a freaking mess. I mean, yeah, that is part of it, but look, here's a bunch of history about Bangalore over the years, the history. So, 3,000 years ago, this area was settled according to this right here. Have a look at it. Try and turn this so you can see. And then the area has just boomed. You look down at the population chart down there as well. So in 1941, there were less than half a million people lived here. And then by 2011, there were over 8 million people. So do the math on that. I was an English teacher. That is one incredible growth rate. Yeah, I want to say something else, but I want to keep this rated G. So, kind of at a loss for words. Literally. The street art here is cool too. I mean, something I'm, I guess, coming to terms with and coming to grips with here in India, there's Gandhi, is that this country is extremely diverse. And you do value diversity, you should come here, because this country is a work of diversity in itself. You have over 100 different languages in Bangalore, in this city. And one of my friends sent me an article today. There's a group of people in Bangalore that are more conservative, that are trying to get rid of English. And they used to have a lot more English in the city on a lot of the signs. Still, most stuff is bilingual, but nothing is in Hindi here. It's all in the local language and in English. So you have that kind of, I guess, difference with northern India where everything is in Hindi and English. So having the different groups of people from all over the country in communication is very, very challenging, I would think. I mean, me being an English speaker, and being here as a foreigner, I've experienced it some, but I don't think to the extent that a lot of people here deal with. And diversity is something that's very, very cool and it's very beautiful, but it does have a lot of challenges with it. People are going to communicate differently. People are going to see the world differently. And just keep everything in perspective. That's the key. just keeping everything in perspective and looking at it and going, okay, India has hundreds and hundreds of languages, has cultures that are thousands of years old. Our country in the US is a little over 250 years. Some other countries in Europe are, several hundred years. And China's very old, India's very old, Japan is roughly 1,000 years old. So you have all these different countries and cultures that have changed and evolved over time. And it's going to take a lot of time for everything to kind of work out and balance out if you do want to have almost people that come from different backgrounds. Oh, listen. Oh, I don't have any food. Thank you. People from very different backgrounds that are on the same page, that think differently, that look at things differently. I mean, you have people in India that have lived in different provinces for thousands of years and they still see the world differently and they still speak different languages. It's a very, very big challenge that the government here is going to have to work with. It's something we're going to have to work with too in the US. As our country changes, it's changed a lot over the last 10 years. The diversity here is just incredible. You got people from all over the country in Bangalore. Groups from all over the country. People speak different languages, have different cultures, different ways of seeing the world. And I think if you just lump everything together into one basket and you go, oh, India's one big thing, you're completely missing the point. You haven't really been to India. You haven't done any research on India. You've got to come and actually experience it and see the country for yourself before you make any sort of judgments about it. It is very challenging. It is. But it's like each day I'm here, I learn so much more from just talking to people. Just seeing and just experiencing this country. And you have different religions too, where some people are in a full burqa. Namaste. A lot of people in the Southwest are Christian, primarily Catholic. There's a large Portuguese influence over there. You have some Protestants, mostly Catholics, in Bangalore as well. And that's from the British influence. And then you have some people are Hindus, some people are Buddhists, some people are Sikhs. You have hundreds and hundreds of religions within this country. And it's like they're all kind of on the same page. It's very, very interesting. To me, it's fascinating. Like 5 days here. I'm glad I've got a couple more weeks to be around and discover more about India. I think it's hard too to go to the whole country and see everything from Delhi, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Bangalore, Namaste, Chennai, Andaman Islands, Uttar Pradesh. I mean, you want to go and see the whole entire country. It's very, very hard to. Almost got to do it in bits and pieces. I mean, coming and spending 3 weeks in primarily southwestern India, it's going to be the right thing to do. Go and just take a little bit here, come back in the future and go to another part, come back in the future, go to another part, and gradually you got to piece everything together. But this place is changing fast. Just looking at the infrastructure and stuff like that they're building. Probably like Korea there. You go to Korea 10 years ago, you go to Korea now, and it's still that, yeah, it's Korea, but it's changed a lot. The people have changed a lot. COVID did a number on the country. It really changed a lot of the mindset of Koreans, like the work mentality, work balance, work-life balance there has changed significantly. So a lot of people now are not working as long or going home, spending more time with their family. Very cool. with this gentleman here. All right, halfway home. Crossing roads here is pretty hard though. There we go. Namaste, sir. All right, so I believe the cathedral, the Basilica, is right up here. You know, it looks absolutely gorgeous from the pictures. Almost looks like something you'd see in Barcelona or over in Europe somewhere. Let's go check it out. I think if you do get bored in this country, all you have to do is step outside. Just walk outside. Unless you've got plenty of people, plenty of activity, plenty of stuff going on. And meet some people, get a different perspective of life. Sure as hell, you're walking a very different path than they are, no matter what industry they're in, no matter what industry you're in, where you've been, where they've been. You can always learn something from somebody else. Oh man, it's like a furniture area. Very cool. This is probably where we get a lot of the stuff at Pier 1 and all the other furniture emporiums back home. Asian furniture. Looks like it's good quality too. I'm not gonna stop in. Doesn't look bad. Infantry Road. Okay. WeWork, or two other WeWorks back by the station, by MG Metro Station, Mahama Gandhi Road Metro Station, and both those were closed. I wonder if that one's still around or the sign just hasn't been changed yet. I don't know. Don't need internet that bad to go and check it out. It's a beautiful day here though. There's no air pollution or very little air pollution. Nice breeze. It's probably around 28 Celsius, so 81, 82 Fahrenheit. Just guessing. It's very, very nice. It's a perfect day to grab a bag, go for a ruck, or get on a bike, go explore the city. I don't know when I'm going to come back to Bangalore again. I will probably at some point in the future, but it's not going to be on my bucket list. If I were to come here for work or something like that, then I would come, but as a destination, I probably would not come back here. Nothing wrong with it, but there are probably other places to explore that would more tickle my fancy. Namaste. Namaste. Don't know if I'm doing that right. Oh, there's Bowling Road. Oh, Bowling Road. Just to let her off. Just to let her off. Probably had a Japanese or a Korean person right there. Too bad. Alright. Looks like we gotta go around this funky interchange. Oh. Namaste. through there. And we're about there. We can't see the top of the Basilica yet, but probably around here. Ah, there it is. You can kind of see it through the fence. It's quite hard to see though. I have no idea what language that is. I have no idea what language that is either, but it sounds very different. Got some shoes and stuff for sale. Like some people maybe sleeping rough out here. So 2020. Yeah, looks like we're getting into another part of the city up here. I think there's a bus terminal, it looks like on Google, over there, up that way, where the camera's pointing. Might be back there, I don't know exactly. Basilica's right up here. That's pretty, wow, that's gorgeous. Though it's not quite as big as I'd expected. But it's still very, very beautiful. From the book of Hosea. Which verse is that? St. Mary's Basilica Church. Wow, that's beautiful. Charge me, I'm not going to go in. Shouldn't have to pay to visit a house of God. It's turned into a tourist attraction. That'd be kind of sad. I'd kind of get why they do that. Make some money. Alright. It's not where you want to end up right there. Your last ride's across the street. Then you go 6 feet under. But such is life. Man, I'm just shocked that literally everywhere I go in this city, people are buying and selling stuff. Definitely grease within these gears. The economy is turning here. People are shopping, buying snacks. Love to try some of their stuff. I don't want to get deli belly right before I get on the train. It'll be a long 13 hours or 14 hours, however long it is. Take my hat off. It is Friday too, so there might be mass. Or tomorrow night there is. Wow. So I grew up Protestant, family's Methodist. Been to a couple of Catholic churches before, but don't really Oh, that much feel. Alright, I'm gonna turn my camera off. Alright, so it's like they're doing communion at the church. I'm gonna just keep walking. Got another market. Namaste. Namaste. Man, there's just so much stuff for sale here. It's not even funny. Chargers, locks, head massage, razors. See anything you need or want. Construction stuff. All right. Oh, we're into another market. So I'm gonna head back to the left. I'll head up to HKP Road and head up to Bangalore train station, Bangalore Palace. This is the real thing again. Fuck, man, that's sad. Poor woman. It's another one of those things, if you stop, maybe it's just a fear, but if you stop and you give something to one person, everybody else is going to come up to you and go, hey, we want something too. And you can't save everybody. You can't feed everybody. Ultimately, you've got to learn how to feed themselves. Vanjinagar, I guess is the name of it. I guess maybe watch one more. Better here. Yeah, this is definitely very different from the rest of Bangalore. Yeah, this is brutal. This is how people live every day. This is their livelihood. This is their life. Maybe they know things can be different. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're happy with what they have. I wish the best for them. Nothing more than I can do. Unless they're Наверное, я потерялся. I'm lost. Maybe. I think if I just keep walking up here, I'll get somewhere. It's kind of like life. Just keep moving, keep going. You'll make it somewhere. Be careful of where you step. Don't step in a pile of shit. They're everywhere. Especially out here. Trying to be a little bit more careful here, watching my clock a little bit more. Going straight up here. It looks like go to the left. Alright. It's crazy though, this place completely changed in one block. Goku. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Probably should have done a little bit more research about that area. Doesn't look bad now, but even that area is kind of around the cathedral and the furniture shops. Not pretty sketchy at night. Now it's fine. He is just fun doing it. No, Assalamualaikum. Namaste. This is the part of India I think a lot of people don't get to see. Assalamualaikum. Namaste. This really is. Very, very different. This looks more Hindu over here. Here's a temple. There's a mosque right back there. It's like you've got one group of people. And that says Jesus on it. On the tuk-tuk. You've got Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. You've got 3 religions. Very, very different views in the same area. They're all literally living next to each other. It's just crazy. Namaste. Hello. Oh, man. What's up, guys? Namaste.
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 Camera working?
Camera, yeah. I don't know, maybe. It might be. I'm not sure. Go ahead. I'm going this way.
This side.
This. Bye-bye. Take care.
This way you're going.
I'm going this way.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Be safe. Alright. Don't know if that worked. Don't know if the camera's working or not. Yeah. Cool to talk to people. Doesn't matter how old they are. It's gotta be hard to grow up in this kind of an environment. If you're 8, 9 years old. This is, you wake up and see this every day. I mean, if you have access to the internet, you can see this is what people in other countries have. I mean, maybe you can, maybe you can't. Virtually everything that we use English, these kids might not know English, so they may not have access to it. May not be able to actually see what's out there. I don't know. Kids spoke a little bit of English, which was cool. I wish nothing but the best for them. Hope they can get out there, live their best lives, help their country become stronger, help their communities become stronger. Alright. So we're almost here. There's a temple. It's like we'll cross. We're almost to the Bangalore Palace. So we'll head up that way. So we got 60% battery. Cool beans. Alright. This is going to be fun. Let's go this way first. Alright. And I gotta cross here and go left and go up. Turn in so nobody tries to jack my camera. This is harder for them too. It's more risky than I bought their bike. Don't think that would happen, but I don't want to take a chance on it. go. All right. Now, we're close to one of the railway stations. Bangalore has so many of them. It's confusing. I train these from one to night. It's north somewhere. I don't know, I've got to look at it. Figure out exactly the time. I have a few hours still. So I think now I'm going to head up to the palace. And then from there, probably head over somewhere, grab some food, have some lunch, head back to my hotel, grab my stuff, and then head back to the train station. Getting in a good rush, getting in some good exercise, getting to see a totally different environment that I've never seen before. Just felt like I was in a totally different country back there, going through that neighborhood. Might be like how Pakistan is. And Kyrgyzstan and Kazakhstan, some of the areas it's maybe somewhat similar, but it's still very, very different. And that's just so many people crammed together. Those other two countries are much more spread out, much more rural. I love Bengaluru. Cool. So, another sign. And they have updated this name as well. Instead of Bangalore to Bengaluru. So checking on my map, it says we're still 20 minutes away. Let's go. I did not get a SIM card. I am using my Google Fi account right now. And this has been a lifesaver. I've tried not to use this. It's quite expensive. Pay per gig of data. It's like 10 bucks up to I think 6 gigs, and then after that it's free up until 15, and then after 15 they basically throttle your speed, so it gets down to like 3G or 2G. Man, that's some rough living over there. But it works, I think, for 60 days. So if you're out of the country for more than 2 billing periods, then they'll chop your data off. Not planning on staying out a super long time. But if you do decide to go out long term, then Google Fi is nice to have, and it's a good way to keep a US phone number. But if you need data, you're going to be limited to 2 months. You've got to go back to the States. If you're DOD or State Department, then I think they can make an exception, but otherwise you're pretty much stuck with the, I think, 60 days, maybe 90 maximum. Namaste. Namaste, sir. Oh, excuse me. Is Bengaluru Palace this way?
Yeah.
Okay, just keep going straight?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, thank you. Daniyarta got it. Can't say that, it's so hard to say. Just doesn't come off my tongue like other languages do. Daniyarta is just thank you in Hindi. I don't know. Somebody told me something like that. Oh man. There's a train station right there. This is all brand new infrastructure too that they're building. They're pushing it. Good for them. I hope they can make it. I really do. Oh. We're at 47%, approximately. Okay. So some of you guys might be wondering as well why I decided to come to India. And honestly, when I first started traveling and like I moved to Korea right after I finished my undergrad, I wanted nothing to do with India. I didn't care. I was like, India's dirty and it's terrible and there's nothing there and I don't have any reason to go and the food sucks. It's like I had very little exposure to it and just the stuff that I saw was all negative. And had met some Indian friends before, people from the diaspora in Australia and parts of the States. I don't know, India didn't seem like it was high on my bucket list. And as I traveled, I got more acquainted to the world, and being able to live in different countries and experience different cultures. India is a place that you ultimately, I think, have to go. Namaste. Something you have to check out. And once I actually started peeling that onion back a little bit, going layer by layer, I mean, the country is fascinating. They had a huge famine during World War II. Nobody really talks about the drive for independence here. It's very important. A lot of the civil rights stuff in the States and in South Africa, getting rid of apartheid. There's so much more to India, I think, than a lot of people give it credit for. So I wanted to come and actually experience the country and see it for myself. But didn't want to come to do the 1 week Taj Mahal tour, hang out in Delhi, get diarrhea for 5 days, and go home. And that's miserable. Wanted to come and actually spend time in the country and get to see it and experience it for real. So kind of waited until I had enough time. Once I decided to set my company up, I knew this was the first place I wanted to come. Ultimately coming here would put me back into the shoes of being a beginner, where I have no idea what's going on. I have very little experience with the country other than some of the historical context. But traveling here with food, culture, greetings, all of that's just completely foreign to me. I just want to learn as much as I can. Namaste. Good, thank you. Just want to learn as much as I can. So ultimately I can better serve my customers, my friends, everybody else in the future. A way for me to kind of come and learn more about myself and just dig and find out, okay, what am I actually made of? Can I actually do this? You look around and you go, okay, there are millions of people around where I am right now that have done this every single day for their whole entire lives. You can suck it up for 5 or 6. You can do it. I mean, these people are obviously, they're alive, they're maybe a little bit sick, maybe you don't have some of the same nutrients that you've had for your whole entire life, but they've been able to survive in this country, in this environment, and they've learned how to do it. You can do it too. It's going to make you uncomfortable doing it because it's so different and it's challenging, but it's going to just give you a taste of the perspective that they have, that they've gained, and of their lives. And it'll give you perspective as well in what you have. That's mainly why I wanted to do this. I feel like being back in the States, everything is so sterile. I mean, so much is just get up, get in your car, go to work or go to school, go hang out with your friends. There's nothing wrong with that. Super lucky to have it. But I think we're missing out so much on life. We're missing out so much on actually being able to recognize opportunities that exist because we don't know how to recognize them. I think putting yourself in a different environment just forces you to do that, forces you to recognize there's differences of opinion, differences of thought, differences in lifestyle, differences in language. It just causes you to get out of that routine where your life is boring and your life sucks. And it's stimulating. And that stimulation, at least for me, gets me up and it gets me going. Getting up and doing the same thing 9 to 5 wears the hell out of me. Why I quit teaching. The main reason why I did it. And also, it's the reason why I don't want to go and sit in an office all day. You're not experiencing life. You're experiencing a screen or spreadsheets. And you're basically working toward improving somebody else. And if you 100% are on board with that, awesome. Stick with it. Do it. But if you're not, step out of your comfort zone. Take a step back and go see what's out there. And I had to do that. I had to go out and go, okay, what's going on in here? What's actually happening out there? What can I learn? What can I take from here? What can I bring from my background to here? And improve myself and improve the livelihoods of other people. It's ultimately what I want to do. There's definitely opportunity to do that here. Oh man. I think we're getting there now. Like, another 10 minutes or so. This flag right here, the yellow and red flag, is the state flag of Karnataka state. I don't know if I said it right, I might have screwed it up. Forgive me if I did. There's a lot of local pride here. And I believe too, at least in modern India, a lot of these states are made on linguistic lines. So you have people that speak one language, primarily in one province, or one state. And then different language, different state. And that's why southern India is so diverse. There's so many states down here because there's so many different languages. Up north, I think it's primarily Hindi. But down here, you've got so many languages. You've got Malayalam. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. You've got Tamil. Can't even think of the other one. I don't know the other ones. I've seen them before. Like, I don't know enough about it or these languages to even recognize what they look like on a sign. Oh, it felt good. Just popped my neck. Not sure if you heard that or not. I'm a sister. no matter what, virtually every single person I've seen in this country has a smartphone. Density smartphone usage here has got to be probably in the 80s or 90s. Most of them, it looks like, too, have Android phones. I've seen one other iPhone the whole time I've been here. Everything else has just been Android. Guess no way, too, that would make sense for Android phones. Probably are cheaper. I think the market penetration for Android phones here is like 80 to 90%. Very, very, very high. That's something many people actually have. Palace Road. And I am sure I need to go. Alright. Following her. Big truck's got us. Alright, looks like the palace is straight ahead. So Bangalore, I think, an area is not a huge city. It's super, super compact and condensed. At least in the city center part of it. Alright, let's take this footpath. I'm getting thirsty. It's getting kind of warm. My map is saying go back. And this is saying Palace Road. Palace Gardens. Alright. I have to go this way. I don't know. Try it. Namaste. I'm just walking. Thank you.
How many?
Thank you. Nice of them. But here we go. All right, so we're at the palace. Open from 10 to 5. Photography on permission. So this is gonna be it for now. This is how you get to the palace, and we're over and out. Later.